Hey there folks, welcome back to Loafing Around and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now you may have noticed that this series of videos are not called An Angry Irishman Plays Doki Doki. That is because it's not a rage-inducing game, and it's not a game that'll make me lose my temper. For that there, I don't want to classify it as An Angry Irishman Plays. That'll be more for, like I said, the rage-inducing games. One game that I will be doing that with is Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It. But we'll get there eventually. In the meantime, let's get back into the Doki Doki Literature Club from where we left off. So we left off with Sayori asking me to either sit with her or Monica. So, saying, I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabbed a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. I didn't even get to make a choice. That sucks. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn on with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Haha, well you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full. Oh, sorry. Talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Too quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. My mouth will probably be full as well. This is way cool. Thank you, Natsuki. Oh. God damn it, I've done it again. Pay attention to the name before I do the voice. Duh. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know? You dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returned to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea... God damn it. Pay attention to the names, Chris. You need to pay attention to the name to get the names with the voice. Do it right. Do it right, boy. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? You don't have to worry about... the teachers giving us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help and you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Oh, that's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe. Oh, I believe you. Gotta stop rushing in with the voices there. I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. And Sayori seemed really happy here. So, that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home. Okay? As president... Oh, God damn it. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty. My duty. Duty. It's my duty to keep the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader in the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. If I encourage others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm a little surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we... Oh my words, dude, spit them out. I'm confident that we can all really grow... Oh, really? Okay. I'm really confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. There we go. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Pfft, literature, am I right? So, Little Loaf. Little Loaf. So, Little Loaf, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. By the way, if you can hear like a buzzing, I'm sorry, it's my phone going. Apparently I'm really popular at the moment. It's always a pain in the butt, I guess. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Now that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at that minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Oh. Yeah, no, I was right. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. With someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes you think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh,
I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! Give that back.
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just cute as you are.
Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Oh wow, her eyes have turned into devil V's. Devil V's. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Silly, I went with her expression. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next week we meet, we all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, little love?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
Eh? What's that?
Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
Little Loaf?
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club.
Yay!
One by one, the girls' eyes light up. And on that note of lighting up, I think it's time we end it there. So, I think ideally in the first couple of episodes, we're just going to be getting a bit of the story before we get into the actual game. So, please bear with me while we kind of go through this, but we will get to the main actual story of the game, or the nitty-gritty. So, in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. Do you like this game? Do you know anything about this game? Don't give any spoilers, but tell me what you think of the game. Tell me what if you've played it, what you thought about it, where it went, in your opinion, if it was good or not. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you have hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit the little bell, just so you can be notified of my latest videos coming out. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Loafing out.